First, a comment. I want to thank you for an excellent presentation and the great use of your lesson objectives that span the Bloom's taxonomy range from block to hock.
Yes.
So we thank you for that. But the question that I have is, I got a little confused about the length of time you gave them to produce a publishable manuscript. Did you say 20 minutes?
20 minutes, yes.
Okay. I thought that was quite ambitious. I would love to see you do that.
Yes, a little bit concising the time, but we can give them a little bit delay time for 5 to 10 minutes unless they finish their work. And we were telling them that that's a simulation only, not a full manuscript, just simulating and giving a flashes point.
Okay.
Yes.
And I also must correct myself. I should have said, I commend you, and I want to ask a question about the manuscript proposal. Not much.
Any other comment?
You had lots of objectives, so almost 10 or 11 objectives,
Yes, yeah.
which was a real challenge to meet. Did you feel that you had met all your objectives at the end of the workshop?
Yes, I guess most of them. Yes, not all of them, but most of them. As Dr. James said, manuscripting was a little bit more challenging to how to simulate manuscripting as objective and a real assignment in a poster presentation. But we can handle such a thing by converting them to simulation, try to get a small or easy quick PPP written in a methodology, in a data presentation, and so on.
Sorry.
May I ask one question? I will follow Alistair. So how would you be sure that you really assessed and got your objective?
Yes. Each activity, each objective, as I mentioned in my presentation, each objective could be aligned with the activity shown in the same slide. For example, how to define plagiarism and types. This was assisted by a poster presentation, and we can each group present its poster and defending against the instructor and other group that they make it right or not.
Okay, so you did the formative assessment. So did you do anything about the summative assessment at the end of the work?
At the end of the day, the verb of assignment.
Okay.
So maybe I'm so boring in asking the same question over like the 2 days of the workshop, and it's following all like Dr. Abir, Alistair, and Jim regarding the assessment. So it's not only the assessment is not only about evaluating the progress of your participants, but it's actually a mirror of how the process is going on. So it's so what you said, you just have like an evaluation form to evaluate like your students or participants and so. But like when you say like the feedback, like the students are happy and this is really nice.
Comments about the knowledge, the skills they gained, the workshop,
right.
And the whole.
But my question is like I think with a wide topic like what he was proposing and the really nice objectives, which is really many and really broad. I think like doing like if you want to make like workshop like this in the future, maybe like having assessment for the process, for the activities, like it's a mirror of how the activities is working on and how it maybe increased the So this is my.
I'm sorry. I got that each slot have much time to be delivered. You mean that? Yes, I know that. It's very concise time for each slot, especially manuscripting and peer reviewing, how to write a winning proposal, and that was a special request and written in the evaluation form from the participant. We need a more condensed workshop as related to especially post topics, how to manuscript and peer reviewing, and how to write a winning proposal. And we promised them that we will deliver these 2 workshops in upcoming September by using themselves as instructor. And as well, they asked us or requested us to get them a data management workshop. Because we, one of the participants was from public health medicine and a statistician, and he delivered some knowledge to his group. And after that, according to this knowledge, according to their interaction between each other, they asked us to get a data management workshop. And inshallah, we will deliver the academic year starting from September 2016. Inshallah.
That was really, really nice presentation from your side. I just had one question. You're saying that the doctor of the center approved that you can have these certified workshops as accredited by the Ain Shams University? Did you mean that?
Not accredited, but it's an eligibility workshop. Should be passed before you apply for promotion.
So it's a mandatory.
Mandatory, yes. One of the mandates, as all Egyptian staff here know that one of the mandates to get promotion is to passing 6 consecutive workshops in the central training center in each university. So, by our effort, first of Allah support me and Dr. Tahal, we got this workshop, one of the 6 mandates eligibility workshop. Yes, this is our sustainability on the ground, on the reality.
So this
not
only
tradition. This is sustainability act on the ground. Yes.
But this is only for Faculty of Medicine, right?
But for Ain Shams University, we are the group. We are the group Faculty of Medicine, but we disseminate for all Ain Shams University. Yes. Thank you.
It is only regarding to the paraphrasing text. You said that it was in art text.
Yeah.
It was in art medical.
Yeah.
And I am very confused because yesterday we said it is more easy that it will be if they are medical, so the text should be also medical that they
Yes.
can understand, that
Yes.
they can easy to rephrase.
Yes.
But I don't know
Yes,
if they are.
this is a good question. Yes, from the pre-test assessment or pre-workshop assessment, we found that most of the candidates, even the undergraduate, know a little bit good knowledge about what is plagiarism is. And so they are very expert in their article and their paper. To make a more challenging, we get an article from art research. This more challenging point from our point of view, we got it more challenging. So maybe in the next time, get in a medical field will be more easier by that.
Yeah, just have a concern regarding those workshops to go through the FLDC.
Yes.
You know that I believe if it's going through the FLDC, it's not going to be successful because it's going to be the only organization or the only place which will give a certificate for people who want to learn about responsible conduct of research. Okay, this is number one. Number two, FLDC, it depends on communications. And if you are eligible to teach today, next you are not eligible. It depends who is the minister or whatever, or who is the director, who is the administration of the FLDC. I don't like to go through FLDC, those stuff, because there is a lot of efforts, more than how many projects, 20-something projects all over Egypt. And now through, we have the same problem with Cairo University about the animal ethics, the ICAR. Now through the FLDC, it's the only certified place to give the certificates. For me as a faculty member, I prefer to go to FLDC and not to go to Ahmed Harb and Dalia, who gave more time to the participants, and their workshop is professional. So that's for me, I do not agree to go through that. And you have to have an acceptance from the Super Council of the University, Super Supreme of the University Magazine to include it. If it is
No, I will explain something like that, Dr. Mona. Actually,
in the university now, maybe 3 years ago, they are independent, so every university can work independent from the other university. It's from the university.
So, excuse me, I want to, Dr. Abir, I want to explain, yes. Firstly, we get 2 points. First point, already the mandate and eligibility workshop, including a title called research ethics. Already, we have it. So, if we have a research ethics workshop, but we modulate the knowledge and the skills delivered to this workshop according to what we got from Institute 1 to Institute 2. Is it a gain? Is it a success? Yes, it is a successful story for us. To convince our leaders from the council of university council and the director of the training center to disseminate what knowledge and skills we gain from you as an instructor from Russian Academy of Science to be an already a workshop delivered through this center, and we have many staff, we have many mechanics will here know and gain the knowledge and skill for how to apply responsible conduct of research. That's not abolish us or prevent us to disseminate by another way, making a conceptual workshops usually every 3 months as we get the promise of our dean to disseminate in each faculty departments, and we have 35 departments at Entrance University Medical School, and every 3 months we'll get. So being a part of the FLDC not prevents the other dissemination strategy we will use to sustain. Another point of view is it FLDC affect the workshop? Is it affect our successful story? I think no. There's two parallel lines. One of them, you get a very convinced that this knowledge and skill will be delivered in a very strategic policy way under the umbrella of the university policy and strategy. And another parallel way will be by other initiatives, by our groups, by our focus groups, disseminating each department every 3 months. In addition to disseminate this booklet among the departments, among the staff. And I guess that's would be fine.
Okay. Any other comments? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.